All right, Phoenix Kalita has the article, kind of. Phoenix Kalita read the article and memorized a great many facts from it.
A few, about a few.
An article about what? Well, first thing I have to do is a shout out to Drift Glass of the Professional Left podcast. Because I still remember, right? I don't think I was even 30 yet, in my late 20s. And I was like, oh, these things called podcasts exist. That's really cool. It's like I can listen to talk radio, but like download it and use it on my iPod Touch. and I'm listening, and the name of the show is The Professional Left.
Yeah.
Now, nuance there is that it's a mocking name. It's kind of like if you call yourself the liberal media.
Yeah. Because
around that, they're over a decade older than us, and that was something that right-wingers used to call anyone that did a left-wing radio show was a professional left.
Yeah.
Professional leftist.
It's hits my ear sort of like paid protester.
Yeah, and because that was their response too. Because keep in mind, as much as they wanted to get rid of the fairness doctrine so right-wingers could just talk without another voice, they still don't want you talking without their voice. Without their voice, you must be the professional left.
Yeah.
Right? They weren't saying mainstream media yet. Right? So, and I'm listening to this professional leftist, and Drift Glass, flanked by Blue Gal, Francis Langham, said billionaires should exist. Hey, look, if you worked really hard and you invested smartly and you get return, you deserve to have that money. I didn't stay subscribed to that podcast very long. So I actually don't know if he's retracted that, because he probably said that in like 2010.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he may have retracted it. It's 2026. All right, now as we go into this story, the way I look at it coming into this is that Western culture is a loosely organized system of forced support for unaccountable, indefinite boyhood.
Yeah.
This is why Western men whom will never be billionaires or even millionaires, and they know it, they still want billionaires to exist in all their consequence-free glory. Why? Because it raises the bar on how much of an insufferable child they can be and for how long. Donald Trump is 79. These men are not smart enough to understand the finer points of that which they obsessively support. Be that as it may, they have been trained by cultural norms, cues, and omnipresent messaging. G.I. Joe! What's this story here, Phoenix Kalita?
All right.
You picked up the basics.
Yeah, so there's a group called the Service Employee Industrial Union. And apparently it's about 120,000 people, predominantly healthcare workers, but also some advocates, some patients. So basically their function is to support people who either work in the healthcare industry or use the healthcare industry, which is most of us. And they are proposing a bill that's going to tax billionaires. It is a 5% tax of their assets one time. And they say that they need this because it's to offset the Big Beautiful Bill, which gutted Medicare, Medicaid, and other, the ACA subsidies and shit like that. Because, so like, what are we going to do? Like with Medicaid being defunded, right? And so, according to the Service Employee Industrial Union, we need to find money to raise we need to find money to offset these budget cuts from the Republican. And I hate calling it Trump's Big Beautiful Bill because, again, like, you put the focus on him. This was a Republican bill. This is some shit they've always been salivating about.
Yeah.
They fucking love the idea of poor people dying from lack of health care. Like, at least 3 people went into the bathroom and masturbated after passing that bill on Capitol Hill.
They want people to die from lack of health care. Or did the Reagan administration ignoring the AIDS crisis, did you forget that?
Right.
Did you never learn it?
Right. Or even like with all of the push for prisons, right? Putting more people in prisons, but closing down money for rehab programs.
Yeah, or the crack era. That was a health problem.
Yeah.
Right? Crack affects the health of the human being, the family, and the community.
Mm-hmm. And I can only imagine that it's gotten worse as time has gone on, because now we have microplastics and everything, and fucking, like Cancer Alley and the water in Flint, and,
Yeah, right, like we all laugh. Oh, Dan Quayle can't spell potato. Yeah, but he knew which party he wanted to be in after 1964.
He did. He did. So that's what they're proposing. And one thing I went through a couple articles, because you have to go through like 4 articles to get one story, I swear to God, because everyone always has like a detail that the other one doesn't have. One thing that was noted in one of the articles is that, so the tax is 5% of assets, but it's only assets if you aren't in debt. So they were saying that if you have $1 billion in a stock portfolio, but you owe someone like $10 of official debt, that you don't count as a billionaire for some reason. So those people would be exempt.
So fucking, hey, billionaire, borrowed $5 from me, and I'm charging you a 5 million %, tax on paying that back.
And also noted that, so this is a 5% tax of their assets, but the average billionaire in California had a growth rate of 7% last year. So it's not even like you're still coming out ahead 2%.
Last year,
yeah,
2025.
Yeah.
So they had a growth rate of 7% while people were being kidnapped.
Yeah.
People that work that makes billionaires richer.
Yep.
So less people, you still made an increase, and you mad.
Well, I would note that some of the billionaires who support this are also very into like the tech bro shit. Like Peter Thiel's one of the people mad about it, and he owns Palantir, so I'm sure he made money because he sold shitty tech to ICE to spy on us all. So I'm sure he made money.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Gavin Newsom, who by the way is friends with these guys. I know like he's a Democrat, but he's,
Yeah. While at the same time, there are way too many people in 2026, while folks are getting kidnapped, raped, and murdered, are talking about how they're not voting Newsom in 2028. What ballot is he on?
Right, like he didn't, we are presuming he's going to run. He hasn't officially announced. There hasn't been a campaign. But my whole thing, though, like tangent, because this has just been pissing me off because I've been seeing it happen for the last 6 months. Yeah. It's not about you saying that you don't want to vote for Newsom because he's transphobic or because of doing the raids on the homeless encampments. That's fine. But if you already know you're not going to vote for him and things would be worse if he is in office, you should be doing everything you can to push a different fucking candidate while we still have the option to do so.
Yeah, notice that none of these people are ever for anything.
Yeah.
Like, their whole personality is a long list of I'm against.
Right, exactly. Like, there has to be somebody better who's going to be running, and you should be pushing them now so that, like, they have name recognition by the time the primary comes.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you don't vote, either, like, the way that they're talking about it, which is already so defeatist, like, you're just assuming that Newsom is going to get the nomination.
Yeah. Or that the fuckhead even wants to run at all. Like, maybe he just likes being a California playboy. Like, he probably don't want to do all that DC shit.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to run or not, but even if he does, but, like, if he does and he wins the primary, it's either going to be him or a Republican.
And do you want more Republican? Have you not had enough Republican?
Right, like, I don't know if y'all seen what's been happening since this second Trump administration, but it's not great. I would like less of it.
Well, keep in mind, like, the type of heft and power that Republicans have across the 3 branches of government, the Democratic Party as a whole hasn't had since the early 70s. It's been 5 decades. But guess what happened as they started to lose it? You got Nixon, you got the crack era, you got the AIDS epidemic, and then you got old punk ass, Mark ass, Buster ass, three-headed doofus loser monster of Bill Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer out of it.
Yeah.
Right? You got that Arkansas governor, that California Congress critter, and that fucking New York Senate scum. Mm-hmm. Busters.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, I don't. We don't need another Republican president, please.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things people are like, well, both parties are exactly the same. They aren't. And now, I will say, I think Newsom is wrong for saying he's going to veto this bill if it comes up, because they fucking should tax billionaires, and I think it sets a good precedent. But what pisses me off about this, he's only saying that because both parties are the same. How did we start this? What is this bill for? What are they using the money for?
Right? They forgot that. That part's not fun. Don't talk about that part.
Because I guarantee you, had a Democrat been in office, as shitty as things might have been, they wouldn't have fucking cut Medicare and the ACA. And this fucking bill wouldn't even be being proposed because they wouldn't need to make up money for Medicaid and Medicare. Like, come on.
Nope. Recreational nihilism cannot acknowledge that.
Oh, recreational nihilism.
Yeah, and I'm actually confronting someone, and just one person at a time, right? I will not argue with every dumb tanky in the comments. And, like, they're really having trouble with it. And a lot of it is the airtight sentences. Because we're not arguing on your dumb terms.
Right.
Right? Like, I'm directly at, are you doing anything at all other than complaining?
Exactly.
Right? Because now that you've said your favorite thing of both parties the same, so I give up, now what? And also, what is your intention with doing this in every thread? Do you have an intention? This is why we become suspicious of you.
Honestly.
Yeah. And they haven't responded.
Yeah. Because it's... Yeah, I just don't understand the thought process, because it's like, okay, I don't like what the Democrats have to offer me. Okay. So I'm not going to vote Democrat. Okay.
What's the other choice?
Right. Because, like, even if you don't vote, someone's still going to win the election. Probably shouldn't be a Republican. And if you're that pissed off with the Democratic Party, then either you need to run for office, you need to give us alternatives who are running for office, you need to do some sort of political strategizing to get actual progressive candidates in, but you need to do something, because we're gonna die.
And if you think you're too poor, keep in mind, adjusted for inflation where you currently are, Jay-Z was poorer than you before he turned 20. Like, no shit. Like, you're not in Marcy Projects because you're doing well.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, you think you're too poor. There's a guy that some of y'all will probably like or dislike. I don't even know anymore with these people. Like, he's whatever. But Bernie Sanders, he was running an extension cord from the utility area from his in the apartment building he lived in because he didn't have electricity.
Yeah.
And he would just read law books and take notes.
It sounds so very Abraham Lincoln-y.
Right? Which is like, and what are you doing?
Right.
Right? Like, you feel like you're doing the same thing because you listen to YouTube and complain in the comments.
And I would also add that it doesn't even necessarily have to be about money. You can just go out and canvas for someone then, if you can't afford to donate. Or, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking, offer to watch someone's kids for free so they can go out and canvas.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I hate this whole idea that everything has to revolve around money, because it's only ever when it comes time for, like, political nihilism and apathy.
Yeah.
Right? Because suddenly when it's talk about, oh, what would we do if we had a commune? Suddenly y'all niggas want to do all type of shit for free. You're like, I want to run the garden. I want to raise the rabbits. I want to cook the food. I want to... Yeah. So you do know. You
want to run the garden. Sometimes you got to buy bags of soil. Right? Or like, something like, I bought a handsaw in 2021. The handle is all broken on it. It's rusting the fuck. That thing's about to fall apart. Need money to buy a new handsaw.
Yeah.
All right. Some dough has to come from somewhere. And a lot of y'all have fun. Well, now this is one where not so much the people in the comments, but the rich YouTubers, again, if I've talked about before, like, They have fundraising reach and could run. They could get about those video game chairs, and from behind all that background fancy purple lighting, right? And all that time they put in writing a video essay, they could be writing a campaign speech.
Yeah.
Which is probably easier and faster. You don't even need an editor.
Yeah, I think the only person I know who's actually running is Kat Abugazel. I could never say her last name right. But yeah, I think she's like the only one.
Right, and her name fell out of the algorithm.
Yeah.
But then again, they don't want to talk about her because she's making an effort. Making an effort ain't fun.
No.
Just yell the nihilism for me, please.
Yeah. And so I was just, it's very frustrating. And yeah, I do think that Newsom should not veto this. I think that billionaires should pay more taxes in general, because it's also like, it's the same thing as, like the food stamps, right? Oh, we don't have money for food stamps in the budget, so we have to cut food stamps. Meanwhile, it's companies like Walmart and whatnot that underpay workers that use the food stamps. So on the one hand, taxpayers are subsidizing Walmart by paying for food stamps, and then on the other hand, we're still subsidizing Walmart because the people who use food stamps can't afford to go anywhere besides fucking Walmart.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and that reminds me a lot of this, where it's like, okay, apparently, so what this is billionaires didn't want to, said, fuck you poor people, cut Medicaid, and they're getting the money for that because it went to tax breaks for the rich. That's what the fuck it went for. That's where our Medicaid money is going. And now we're like, hey, tax them. And they're like, don't you dare. Don't you tax me. And Luigi had a point about a lot of things, I think.
Yeah. All right. And I'm telling y'all, I think some of y'all content creators need to calm down. He does not have a shot. Because there are some people that are obsessively following the case.
Yeah.
That are, coming from the left side of things. And it's like, you are selling your audience a pipe dream. But then again, bills exist and you need that engagement.
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've been following it slightly, and I get what they're saying, and it makes sense what they're saying, but also they aren't legal experts.
No.
So it's like that, you know what I mean? That makes sense to the average layperson if you're reading it, what the logical outcome should be, and not just, because you agree with him ideologically, but stuff they apparently didn't Mirandize him, and they're trying to get part of the search and seizure thrown out because he wasn't properly Mirandized. And yeah, but also you're not a lawyer, so you don't really know how it works.
And then if it does, if it goes to jury, it's kind of just whatever the jury feels like doing.
Yeah.
Oh, and for some of y'all, the jury is made up of people that voted. So if you didn't, your ideology isn't represented. If you represent an ideology that doesn't vote, your ideology is not on the bench.
Yeah.